Hi guys, and welcome to yet another exciting and delicious episode with me, your host Maithili, on Kitchen Secrets on India Food Network. Now, before we begin our journey into the exciting world of culinary influences, let me tell you something more about myself. I am a practicing architect and pretty good at that, if I may say so, but food never really took center stage in my life till I was seconded to New York for my work. And that's when I really started keenly observing all the restaurant dishes and things, and then started recreating that at home. So I wrote a book about it, and this recipe is from that treasure chest of mine. So it's really a lot of Mexican influences because New Yorkers absolutely love Mexican food. So it's my take on some Indo-Mex samosas. Now these are called the cheesy jalapeno triangles. They are absolutely a favorite at all my parties and my evening soirees. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. So this is a fabulous appetizer or hors d'oeuvre, and you can serve it at any evening party or some soiree, everything. It goes fabulously with all your other menu. So let's get straight to the ingredients. Here we have some power-packed Mexican flavors for you. Here we have some white cheddar cheese. Now here is a red bell pepper that I smoked in the oven. Now what I did was I took a fresh red bell pepper, I slathered it with some oil on top, and then I baked it in the oven at 200 degrees centigrade for about 15 to 20 minutes. So what happened, it starts smoking and it starts charring at the edges and it starts peeling. So you want that really smoky flavor into your cheesy jalapeno triangles. Here we have some jalapenos, and here we have some grated cooking cheese. Now instead of grated cooking cheese, you can use regular pizza cheese or whatever you can find at hand. I mean, it doesn't have to be white cheddar and cooking cheese. Now here I've made paste of all-purpose flour. What I did was I took 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, and then I mixed it with about 2 tablespoons of water to make a little slurry or paste to seal our triangles, so that when you fry them in oil, all the cheese does not ooze out. Here I have some salt to taste, just if you require, because the cheese is already salted. So here is some Sriracha sauce that I'm going to serve my cheesy jalapeno triangles with. Now this sauce is absolutely power-packed with flavors, really tangy, hot and salty. You can use this with anything, absolutely goes with anything. So I'm going to mix all these yummy flavors into our filling, and then we are going to wrap it in our Indian samosa pattis. Now you find these samosa pattis in the regular grocery stores, so you don't have to go hunting for it. And then when our triangles are ready, we are going to deep fry them in some hot oil. So let's not waste any more time, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with this roasted red bell pepper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually peel the skin off, the charred skin off. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove as many seeds I can from this nice smoky pulp of the bell pepper, and then just roughly chop the flesh, and just grab a bowl here and just drop it in this. Okay, just rough chop, you don't have to have really finely chopped. Just get the seeds here. Now to this I'm going to add half a cup of white cheddar cheese, half a cup of grated cooking cheese, and I'm going to chop some jalapenos just to give that extra flavor and that extra kick. So just finely chop the jalapenos here. So with every bite you're going to get a tang, you're going to get some salty, and it's really fabulous. Just roughly chop about I would say about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Now some guys like it really hot, so you can always add some more, but I mean 2 to 3 tablespoons really does for most of us. Just nicely roughly chop it. So I'm just going to drop all this finely chopped jalapenos straight into my bowl with the cheese and the yummy bell pepper. And just give it a quick mix here. So you can see the little specks of the smoky bell pepper in this, which really gives that smokiness that you want. Now again, like my other recipe that we did, you can make these maybe a day or two in advance, and then you can freeze them in your deep freeze, and fry them whenever you want to. Just remove them from the refrigerator for about an hour or two, let them defrost, and you're good to go. So now I'm going to show you how to put this filling into our wraps. Now I'm using these regular samosa wraps over here, which you get at any grocery stores. So the whole idea is to always keep them moist because they tend to dry out very quickly. So what you can do is you can always wrap them in a wet muslin cloth so that the moisture is retained. So very simply, now here I have some paste that I told you about before, wherein I've just mixed about 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour and maybe 2 tablespoons of water, and just made a little slurry of it to seal our samosas so that they do not come out when they are being fried. So let's go for it. So let's take one turn to the right and then turn it back again. Make it into a nice cone. Now we take the filling with all the jalapenos and the roasted peppers and just squish it to the bottom. Make sure you have the filling to the bottom so that it really fits in well. Now we are going to close this, and that's where we are going to apply the paste so that it seals it completely and nicely. So just dip your finger in the paste here and just slightly apply it to the edges. There we go. And that's pretty much it. It is that simple. So I'm going to make some more for you. So just quick one for you again, like this, and make a cone. Take some filling, put it inside. Make sure you put it at the bottom so that every bite has lots of that filling that you want. Put the paste on the edges here and seal it. Tuck the last bit inside. And that's it. So while I have made a few of them for you, I'm going to heat my oil over here. So let's start by heating it. So we want it to about 175 degrees centigrade because that's the perfect temperature of the oil for these guys to be fried. So we know that the oil is at good temperature when we drop in a bit of this flour patti over here and it floats to the top immediately. That's when you know that the oil is at the perfect temperature. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. In fact, let's make 1 or 2 more while the oil is being heated. Okay, so my cheesy triangles are ready to be deep fried in this hot oil. So we'll drop them one at a time, and that's how they have to sizzle so that you know that your oil is ready. So don't put too many at a time because then the temperature of the oil drops and then they become very soggy. So just very lightly deep golden color on both sides, and they're absolutely ready. And trust me guys, when you take the first bite of these yummy cheesy triangles, your mouth is going to have a party inside. The cheese just oozes out and it's just fabulous. Just keep on turning them so that they have an even color on both sides. And these take about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So they are really fast cooking. So this guy is done. Let me take it out. And because we've sealed it with that little paste, see, the cheese is not coming out. So that's what you want. And these travel well, so maybe if you're going to somebody's home for some lunch or something, you can just make them beforehand and just take them with you. Lovely. So my cheesy jalapeno triangles are ready to be served with this really tangy and hot sauce sriracha. So let me show you, I just can't wait to dig into them, how they will look once they are open. Oh my God, just look at the cheese oozing with the yummy bell peppers and the jalapenos. So just don't waste any time and dig in straight into the sauce. Just absolutely amazing, if I may say so. So after my cheesy moment with my cheesy jalapeno triangles, I am back just to sign off and say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed watching me on this show, and see you next time on Kitchen Secrets on India Food Network. This is Maithili signing off. Until next time, goodbye.